I'm Needlecraft Annie, and I'm back for flosstube number 7. Thank you all for clicking, watching, maybe liking, subscribing, or commenting. I hope you like it. Welcome back to everyone who already watched my videos. I hope you enjoy this one as well. So let's get started. First I have a whip update, then some plans, and in the end some haul. So, like always. Let's just get started. Let's start with my travel piece. My travel piece is my dragon. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And then I show you what it's supposed to look like, because I'm doing 2 of those dragons on the same piece of fabric to finish it or FFO it as a tablecloth. This is the first dragon, it's already finished. That's what the second one's supposed to look like as well. Needle minder out of the way. There we go. And this is where I am with the second one. As I said, it's my travel stitching, so at lunch break at work, I'm going to stitch on this one. Otherwise, I'm not, because it was not in my rotation for this week. So I finished his claw over here, 4 of his claws, and now I'm just bringing his body down. I think this thread in here, I finished 1 row of 5 stitches, and then my break was over, so I just put the needle up on my needle minder and packed it away. And I did not finish the thread or anything like that. I just left it like that, and I have to work the day after tomorrow, so I just take it like that with me and hopefully have some time to stitch. Yeah, that's my dragon. That's on 14 count white Ada 2/1. I'm stitching this one with DMC 310, even if I heard everywhere now that Anchor has the better coverage with 2 strands. At the time I started this one, I didn't know, and as I'm doing 2, I did not want to switch in the middle of the piece, so I'm just continuing with the DMC and keeping it in mind that Anchor might be better, at least the black Anchor. Keeping it in mind for maybe some other projects. If I'm doing a lot of black in another project, I might consider taking Anchor. Yeah, that's my dragon. That's my travel stitching. It's going to continue as my travel stitching, I think, as long as it's a whip, because it's just so easy. I have a really small project bag. That's the only project bag I have. I got it for Christmas. My boyfriend gave it to me for Christmas, and it's this one. There's the brand on here. I can't pronounce it, but there's this one. You can find it on Etsy, I think. So I have my chart in here. Measurement, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it's called in English. And then there's this little bag in there as well. And I just have my scissors and the 310 in here, the whole bobbin. And yeah, that's it. I just have to take that, my roll, I just do it like this one, and it also fits in here, and perfect. I don't have to take any more. So yeah, that's going to continue as my travel piece, because there are only 5 pages the whole chart. There's no cover page and stuff, so yeah, it's just super easy to take with me, only 1 color, and so continuing as travel stitching as long as I have it, and we'll see. Whenever it's finished, it's finished. That's it. Let's go to the challenge pieces, because as you might know, I'm participating in 2 challenges of the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group. Challenge number 1 is to stitch 90 days, at least 1 stitch on a full coverage piece. My personal goal is at least 100 stitches every day. And that's what I'm doing. The piece I'm talking about is my only ongoing Heaven and Earth design. I have a lot more on my stash, but that's my only ongoing one. It's Mini Winter Rose. I just realized I forgot something and I have to search for it. So I just pause and be right back. Yeah, it lay next to me, but I was just too blind to see it. So I can hold everything against it. It's Mini Winter Rose by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Rachel Anderson. So far, I managed to stitch every day. I stitched my 100 stitches today already. Yeah, so here's a picture of what it looked like last time. And here is where it is now. So I think it's 16 days now. I stitched on it in a row, at least 100 stitches. I had a tiny start when I started the challenge. So here we go. Here's what it looks like now. Wow, I've just put the needle minder off. I think that's a bit easier. So down here is the page break. And I think over here is the page break for page number 1. I finished the first column and I stitched the first time ever in my life with Krennic. Is it focusing on this one? I'm not sure. Yeah, so here's some Krennic in there. I think it's number 32. Pearl, I think it's called. It's not as easy to stitch as it is with some DMC, but it's been okay. It's not that big spots of Krennic, so I think that's helping. Yeah, so now I finished this one. Down here I'm going in the, let's say, real background and off the frame. So can you go like that? So I did the frame over here, and with those slightly blue stitches or lilac stitches, I'm starting to go into the background. The wings just start like in the 10th row of page 2. So not yet there. First, yeah, I want to finish the frame up here before I go into the background. And that's my goal, to like fill in the corner a bit more and then go over on the second page. Mini Winter Rose. So far, I'm still in the challenge, posted my update yesterday, and yeah, I'm really having fun stitching this piece. It's not that big, that's the whole fabric. And it's really fun. I like it. I normally try to work on this one before I have to go to work. With early shifts, it's a bit more complicated because I'm getting up at 4 in the morning for my shift, and sometimes I get up 20 minutes earlier than that to get my stitching done in the morning, but yeah, sometimes sleep is more important than that, and I'm just doing it when I come home. The reason I try to do it before I get to work is that often if I have early shifts, my boyfriend has late shifts or he has his weekend. If he has late shifts, I don't get up early because then I have the whole afternoon to stitch, and yeah, then I can do 100 stitches in this one without any problem. If he has his weekend, I try to stitch in the morning so we can spend some time together. In the afternoon, especially with my second challenge piece, ongoing. This one will be going for another week or a bit more than a week, till the 28th of July. It's the Full Courage Fanatics Stitching the Tour de France challenge. The piece I'm using for this one is Norwegian Ship Under Sail by Golden Kite. Small version. This one. You stitch, or for the challenge, you have every day a stitch count you have to do. And you stitch you stitch one stitch for every kilometer they ride on their bicycles and the Tour de France. So some days, if they have a sprint thing ongoing, I'm not into the Tour de France, so don't ask me about it. If they have a sprint thing ongoing, you have to do like 28 stitches. Other days you have to do, I think the most you have to do is 230. On this piece, 230 stitches are nearly 3 hours. I checked the time when I did this part of the challenge because I was interested. There are a lot of blended threads in there. I think twice or thrice as many blended threads as just threads. Sorry. Yeah, so it takes a long time. This is a picture where it was last time I showed you. And here it is now. I'm super happy with what I've done. There we go. Look at that needle binder, isn't it cool? I love it. It's really big, so it's hard to roll my fabric as I normally do, but hey, it's cool. Yeah, so here we go. I completely finished 3 columns. I have the thread still on my needle because as soon as I reach the goal for the day, I just park it and leave it. Today is a rest day, so I don't have to stitch on this one today. Tomorrow it starts again. So, as I said, 3 columns completely done. When I started the challenge, I was like half through the first column, so really cool, great progress. And I love the challenge for that, because without the challenge, there's no way I would be this far on this piece. No way. But with the challenge, it's really cool and I love it. And yeah, I hope to get to the ships as soon as possible, but I want to do diagonal pages, and either way, if I'm going horizontal or vertical, the ship starts at the 3rd page. So if I'm doing diagonal pages, it even starts on the 4th page. But I think that's the way to go, because I don't want to completely do the sky and then completely do only water for, I think, 8 pages. So I think that's the way to go, because then I have some sky, some ship, some water, sky, ship, and water, and so on. I think that's a bit more variation to it, and it's not getting boring as soon as it might get if I'm only doing the sky. Yeah, that's... oh, I did not tell you what I stitched on. So this one, the Norwegian Ship Under Sail, is stitched on 18 count Aida, 2/1 full crosses. Yeah, that's this one. I have to do 2 strands because of the blended threads, but I really just love 18 count 2/1. I think it's great coverage and it's not too bulky. I tried 25 count 2/1 before with full crosses, and that's not working for me. I even think 20 count 2/1 full crosses would be maybe too much for my taste. But 18 count is quite perfect, and I try to trail the thread. If I finish the thread or start the thread, I try to trail it beyond column lines, because when I started between the first and second column, I at first got a really bad column line. On some pictures I took, you could really see, but I think it's getting better with doing it the way I do now. And especially when framed, stretched, ironed, whatsoever, I think they will go completely. And yeah, in the slide you can probably see them still. But I think it's okay. Yeah, so that's Norwegian Ship and the Sail, the small edition. Still there are like 32 pages, so it's big enough. And that's my second challenge piece. So my small piece or small project for this week, if I finished both challenges and still had some stitching time on my work days, then I'll be going to my small piece. This week it's been my lavender garden. It's not called like that, but I don't know what it's called. It's a kit I bought at my LNS, and they don't really have a name. I mean, the brand is Rico Designs or Rico Design. I think it's a German brand. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's a tablecloth and you stitch in the middle. Yeah, so I had one day where I actually stitched on this one. One day where I had my challenges done in the morning, in the morning, then went to work, had a short work day, came home, my boyfriend wasn't home, and then I had the time to stitch on this one. I did not do much. So this is the only one I'm working with a hoop because it's really flimsy. It's a tablecloth. So the part in my hoop, I finished the border. I did not show you a picture where it was last time, so I will insert this here. And here is what it's looking like now. So I finished the border. I had a small start over here, and where's my needle? I'm missing my needle. I just realized. I'm going to search that lighter one. It should be on my needlewinder, but it's not there. Yeah, I finished the border, parked my threads over here to continue the border as soon as I'm moving my hoop. And now I'm supposed to start with the things hanging from there. Like, I think with the part on my hoop, I will be over here probably. Yeah. As soon as this one's getting up again, that's the way to go. Yeah, it's not my favorite. I said it before. I think it's about 14 count Ada. I'm not sure about this one because it's not anywhere on. Yeah, that's everything you get in here. That, and in the middle there's the chart, so I can show you that. And outside there's nothing about it, what it is and what count it is. So yeah, here we go. That's that. For my weekend days, which was Tuesday and Wednesday for me last week, I'm stitching on my Jerfold World cell. So I show you where July was last time here. And July is finished. There was one color missing. In the border or in the corners, like here. The color I filled that one in, and I filled it in here, and that's it. So yeah, July's done. I hope to maybe FFO it this weekend. I bought some frames, but I'm not sure if they fit. So yeah, I will try that out and hopefully get it done this weekend. So probably tomorrow because it's already 5 in the afternoon. And I still have to finish filming and edit and upload, and I did not stitch yet. except for my mini winter rose. So yeah, this is the Joyful World Cell by the Sunflower Diaries. I stitched it on 32 count 2 over 2 with the Gentle Art simpler threads. Yeah, they are charted, and that's why I stitched it with that. And here is my finished July. Super happy. It's the first thing I ever finished. I don't count it as a finished whip because I count the whole series, so the whole year, as a whip. But yeah, super happy. And yeah, then we have August. I show you a picture where August, or what August is supposed to look like. There we go. That's supposed to be August. And now I show you a picture of where it was like last time. And if I can unroll it. Here it is now. So I have now every color I need. I think last time I told you I had to order one color that I forgot to order. I have that now here, but I did not stitch on it yet, so nothing in there. But I did the frame. I had to frog. Knew it. Working great. I'm getting there. Just wait. There we go. I had to frog a bit. I think over here, this whole thing in the middle, it was at the right place, but I stitched this corner and went on to this side, realized it does not fit with the orange bit in the middle. I frogged the orange bit, went further and realized the orange bit was in the right place, but my corner isn't. So I already had frogged those 3 stitches, and then I frogged, I think, from here all the way up here. And then I started on this side because I knew this side was in the right place. And now starting to stitch over here. And today I hope to get the frame done, fill in the corner and this part, and then maybe get August done. Yeah. Over here, there are my first lazy daisies ever, or yeah, it's 1 lazy daisy. 4 lazy daisy stitches, 1 flower. All those orange dots will get some lazy daisies around, and yeah, I don't think I can do it today. Hopefully tomorrow, not sure, but that would be great. And yeah, that's my August piece. I think I can do it tomorrow. I really hope. Because that would mean I have the next 2 weekends for my Hello Pumpkin cell. And this is finished in July, and I don't have to worry about it in August to get it on display in August. But we'll see. Maybe I need some more time and I finish Hello Pumpkin cell early, and then I can go back to this one. But yeah, we'll see how that one works. I really hope I get it finished tomorrow. Yeah, that's my Joyful World cell. And I think that's everything I want to tell you about. That's everything I worked on. And I told you last time I might get out Tiger Chilling Out, my Dimensions kit, designed by Matthew Hill. This one. If I would have finished my 2 challenge pieces yesterday and still had stitching time left, I did not. I have the problem with this one. It's on Black Ada. It's 18 count Black Ada. So for me, it's complicated to stitch on that. When I finished my challenge pieces in the morning, then go to work and then come back, it's often like 10 or 11 p.m. So it's dark outside. And for this piece, I kind of need natural light. I can't stitch on this with artificial light because I don't see the fabric as good as with natural light. And so it's a bit complicated to have this one as my small piece this week because I often, or sorry, because I might come home, think about, well, I have some stitching time. It's not a lot. I might have half an hour or an hour. And I just won't take this one out because I know it's not fun to stitch on Black Ada during artificial light or during night. So yeah, I did not pull it out yesterday, maybe during the week, not sure yet. I think I have some early shifts next week, so if I can finish Mini Winter Rose before I go off to work, finish Norwegian Ship Under Sail, so the Tour de France stitching challenge, in about 1 or 2 hours, because the stitch count you have to do is getting lower. And maybe then I get some daylight stitching on this one. That would be cool. I showed you last time what it's looking like. I just insert a picture here what it's looked like last time because it's just looking the same now. So here's the picture. And that's basically it for plans. I'm continuing with my challenges, the Mini Winter Rose and the Norwegian Ship Under Sail. I'm stitching on Tiger Chilling Out whenever I have still time and hopefully daylight. And yeah, on my weekend next week, I plan to do my video again on Tuesday because my boyfriend's at work on Tuesday and I'm not. So yeah, I told you everything I'm going to stitch until then, except for the Hello Pumpkin sale. But I can't show you yet. You saw what it looked like with part 2 finished. Part 3 is coming out in 2 days, so I can show you that. I can insert a picture of what it looked like last time here. Yeah, I just insert a picture here. And that's it. I finished, or mostly finished, planning for my Arbitrary August, but it's a bit complicated. And to explain, because it's an Arbitrary August, all my whips will be going in, all my kitted up projects will be going in, and so I decided to do an extra video on my Arbitrary August plans, because I then just combined plans, the parade, and kitted up projects parade. Yeah, so that will be an extra video. I think maybe in about 1.5 weeks or something, so after my next video. Yeah, that's it. Haul. Not a lot. I got 2 needle minders. They were ordered last time, but I did not yet receive them. I ordered them at Just Sew Heavily, the Skull with the Crown, and Central Perk. I'm thinking about stitching up a friend's piece because my boyfriend and I, we watched the whole series once already completely, with all 10 series, I think it's called. And now we're already back into the 8th series. So yeah, nearly completed it twice. And for sure we're going to watch it a 3rd time. So I'm thinking about stitching a friend's piece. So that's why I got a friend's needle minder. I also have a mug, a really big one, with Central Perk and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So I just sew heavily, and I ordered some scissors because for my dragon piece I will have to cut all the pieces or the ended threads again if they stick out into the white. The scissors I'm using for now I got with my sewing machine, and it's not as sharp as those stork scissors. So that's why I got myself some stork scissors. And the second pair of scissors helps as well. So there we go. That's that one. Then I ordered some linen. Not a lot. 2 linens. This one is color Silvery Moon, and it's for my Joyful World cell. I just have the next piece, and there are fitting 4 months on this one. So just have this one ready. And this one is Pearl Grey, and I bought it for my Raven Queen. I have the blue one, but the more pictures I see on Instagram and in flosstube videos, the more I think I want a gray fabric for this one, so I got myself one. That's it. And then, oh yeah, this one came in at Lakeside Needle Art. I bought myself some Krennic number 32. That's the one I'm using for my mini winter rose, and I thought 1 spool might be not enough, so I ordered the second one. And then I got myself some Weeks Dye Works. Those are the first ones I ever have, and I actually have those 2 are the same color, and I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but they are really different. So I think it's for a border. I ordered it for a pattern, and I think it's for a border, so I might just switch between the 2 of them, and then it's fine with me. And yeah, some others. I don't tell you every color because I have some gentle assembler threads as well, and yeah, that's just a bit too much to show everything. Yeah, so here we go. Better. Those are those Weeks Dye Works. I have the pattern I ordered them for, and I probably show that pattern in the Arbitrary August video as well. So I just leave it like that. And then we have the Gentle Art sampler threads. Some of them I will use for some of them I will use for the Joyful World cells. Some of them will be used for another pattern, and as well I will just show you like that. And yeah, the pattern I bought some of them for, I just show you in the Arbitrary August video. In about 1.5 weeks, I think I'm ready to do this one. I have to sort some things out. I have one ordered 1 to 3 stitch. I hope will be coming in till then. I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't think so. But I just hope it will be here in time. Yeah, there are the other ones. The screen over there is the color missing for my August piece, so now I have this one as well. And yeah, hopefully I can finish tomorrow. Those are those. And then I went to my LNS tomorrow because my boyfriend's gone for the weekend, for my weekend. Great timing. A friend from the US is coming over, and they now are going to Amsterdam. Then they will be staying 1 night over here, and then they're going to Berlin. So I have 2 nights off, or 2 days off, but today and tomorrow I don't have to work, so that's great timing, and I have a lot of time to stitch. Normally, we had to get up really early. We wanted to get some breakfast before I brought him to the train. So when I came home, I just slept for 2 hours, and then I was kind of groggy waking up, and so I did not stitch a lot today. Even if I had the time, or I was really happy about having the time, and yeah, I didn't use it. So I went to my LNS, coming back from the train station. I just drove by and I decided, yeah, I got myself some bobbins, so not that great. There we go. Some DMCs where I thought I might get short on the colors, and some fabric. I have to see what it is, because there was 20 count on it, but I doubt that's 20 count. I think it's a bit smaller. I would say it's about 28 count or 25 count even weave or Lugana or something like that, but it's a big piece and a neutral color. It's a really big piece. So, whee! As I said, big piece. So I will be using that for full coverage piece, or even 2, which would be kind of great if I can fit 2 on there. Yeah, that's the plan with this one. I just went by and grabbed it. Yeah, that's all my haul. Not that much this week. Good thing. Spent enough money. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, maybe leave me a like or a comment. Would be happy about it, and I'll see you next time in a week.